Hello, my name is Andy Ratchis, and I'm going to explore some of the advantages of software as a service in a business environment. Three of the advantages that I'm going to look into are cost, backup and data recovery, and server maintenance. First, when it comes to cost, generally in a traditional environment, there is a major cash outlay every few years as software is installed, purchased, or updated. This is often a capital expense that has to be amortized over the life of the software. Conversely, in a software as a service environment, this cost can be spread on a monthly basis and is seen as an operational expense. Often you find that the break-even point between software as a service and the traditional environment is 3 to 4 years. That means that at the break-even point, it is time to upgrade software anyways. In software as a service, the piece of software is maintained at the most up-to-date version at all times and doesn't require additional cash outlays or maintenance on the part of technicians at the client site. In the traditional model, the company has to make the decision whether to have an additional cash outlay to upgrade the software or to delay upgrading software. In the case that a software upgrade is chosen, then there is the repeated cash outlay and capital expense, as well as the time for the technicians to install the new software on all of the client machines. If software upgrade is deferred, there is no cash outlay. However, you run the risk of running outdated software that is no longer supported, and you run the risk of compatibility issues. The second advantage that I'm going to look into is backup and disaster recovery. In a traditional model, the clients host their own servers, they make their own backups, and in the case of an outage, disaster recovery is their responsibility. This means additional man hours to maintain backups, as well as the possibility of a significant outage in the case of hardware failure or other types of failure. In the software as a service model, data resides in the provider's data centers and is spread over multiple cloud servers. Generally, their infrastructure is much more robust, and as a result, outages are much less frequent, and when they do occur, are much less severe, with the possibility of data loss much lower. Additionally, there are no man hours required to maintain backups. The third advantage that I'm going to look into is server maintenance. In a traditional environment, the client has to maintain their own servers. This means maintaining up-to-date operating system patches, supplying antivirus software, supplying backup software, and supplying all of the necessary other needs that any server requires. There is a major outlay of man hours in maintaining servers, in maintaining hardware, keeping it up to date, doing those patches, and that is transferred to the supplier in the case of software as a service. They maintain the servers, and the client sees a great advantage and much lower employment costs as they no longer have to maintain their own servers. As can be seen, there are a great number of advantages of software as a service. There are more than I have discussed today, but I think the ones that we've touched upon are enough to really make a good case for any business to investigate the possibility of software as a service rather than the traditional self-hosted software model. I'd like to thank you for listening to me today, and I hope that this has been a informative and convincing video. Thank you very much.